doing more with less.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like now, I'm a reentry coordinator for juvenile facilities. So you know, which is so it's like it's interesting because now, like because I go into the juvenile facilities and the mentality is way different, and you see the hold that the gang philosophy got on the youth, even youth that's not in the gang.
Build on that.
You see what I'm saying? Because it's like the language that's used, the music they listen to, which is the drill music, which is gang music. Like it took me a minute to catch on to that because I had to just be up one night listening to it. And I was like, hold on. And I started listening to the terminology.
You wasn't in tune with that?
No, I wasn't in tune with that at all. I don't really listen to new hip hop. I think it's trash. Like my thing right now is like I listen to Afro House. That's my thing.
Okay.
So but I would sit back and listen to the drill. And there's another music they got that's like suicide music. It's called emo rap.
Suicide music. You call emo rap suicide music?
Okay. Yeah, that's what it is. That emotional. It comes from some rock genre called emo whatever music, but this is called emo rap. The dude Juicy World,
those
dudes. That's when I got on, and then after
it's a drug induced music, really.
But it's so depressing. It's suicide music. You know what I mean? And I came to find out about that was at the time my fiance, she was she's a guidance counselor, so she was had to do a demonstration for Suicide Prevention Week. So she did the demonstration between me and in front of her sister. I'm like, what the hell is that? And then I had to go be up by myself one morning, 2-3 o'clock, and go do my own research. And I'm like, damn, and you'd be surprised that some of these known stars is part of that. So it's like, and it's crazy. So I'm like, yo, they got our youth really contained right now. So they got
hypnotized.
And it's like, yo, and you ever studied the Tree of Life?
No, what's that in terms of?
With the chaperons, like the Jews call it the Kabbalah.
The Kabbalah, yes.
But it's the Tree of Life because they got that from out of ancient Egypt. But on the chaperon, look at the Tree of Life. 3 and 7 is sound and image.
That's what got our people.
You see what I'm saying? Sound and image. So, and it's no surprise that a lot of the media is controlled by a particular ethnic group of people. Because you gotta be 40 years old to study the Kabbalah. So it's no coincidence. Sound and music. I remember when Sprite started using hip hop in their commercials.
Right.
What was their tagline?
I don't recall. What was the tagline?
Their tagline was like, obey your thirst.
Obey your thirst, right.
Something. It was like, obey your thirst, something is everything. I forgot, I just knew it.
But I remember obey your thirst, right.
Yeah, so it's like, basically surrender to your own desires. But they was using sound and imaging.
Right.
So when people say that this doesn't influence people, it do. So it's like, cause you like this, like I was getting my hair cut in my man barbershop. He was playing the Buju, ring the alarm. I was like, yeah, that joint immediately put me back to when it was house parties and stuff like that. So I'm like, yo, good times, right? So music do trigger things. Music trigger events because it lets you know, okay, I was here. Like I remember the first time I heard I don't know who put that song out. I was 17. I'm looking at my radio, and that song used to always come. It was 2 songs that used to always play on the radio. Nobody Smile on Rikers Island. It was a reggae joint.
Okay.
And then it was another joint by Joe Public. You got to live and learn.
Right. I remember that. Yeah.
Anytime I hear those 2 songs, I immediately think when I was just sitting on my locker in a 4 building. So, but people that's sophisticated, that's behind all of this, they know this.
Right.
They know this. See, it's like we're not sophisticated as a people, yo. You know, and sometimes we're too forgiving, but we're not sophisticated.
But we've been. You know, that science has been, we've been atrophied in terms of,
it's our science.
It's our science. Right.
It's our science. Absolutely. Like, it's our science. And the best person that breaks down that science is Rod Neferon and in the Metunetas.
Okay.
You know, like his books is awesome. But what I'm saying is, we allow, and one of my favorite authors to study is a brother called Hakeem Adabudi. He got Third World Press. He put out Destruction of Black Civilization, ISIS paper, but he got his own books out. His books is more social, political. And I think it was from Planet to Planet, one of them books. He said the worst thing we did was let our enemy teach our children. And this is why we think like that. Even right now, look at, like, you know, look at all the battles we have with each other, with men on men, men on women, like, you know what I mean? But then we don't never take a moment to say, yo, where did I get this thought from? Right.
Yeah, that's something I deal with now, just studying my own self. Like,
yeah,
where did that come from?
When you start telling, sometimes you can sound crazy to people when you say, yo, like, we arguing, we beefing, but we dealing with something that ain't even us to begin with. You know, like, people say, well, oh, black people act like this, black people like this. I like to pause it for a minute. I said, if different ethnic groups of Africans came over here through the enslavement process, right? They had their own views, they had their own custom, they had their own ideas in how they interact with society, interact with family, interact with relationships. And that was stripped them. So in that 400-year process, the people that came out was genetically modified Africans.
Absolutely.
So, but who taught them everything? So if a person is acting crazy now based off what you taught them, who you blame? The person that taught them, stripped them of their identity, or the person that's acting crazy?
Right. You talk about the so-called Negro, basically.
Yeah, but we still all Negroes to a point if you don't actively fight against it.
Right.
You hear all day long, like some people, like, you know, I'll be looking on my timeline. Some people follow Kevin Samuel. I think he was just on a Joe Budden podcast. Like, I don't know, something look a little bit fruity to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, why would I like this high value man? You talking about a high value man is a man that make over $100,000. You ain't talking about principles and character. You talking about money, like, you know what I mean?
Right. As if that's
principles and character. Yeah, so it's like, but people listen, people follow, people this and that. And I'm just not just be doing it one. I'm like, you know, my experiences with women has been different. Like, I can't say I had negative experiences with women. Now, I might not always been where I should have been at to be able to receive some of the women that I had, but I didn't have no negative experience with no woman. So, and it's like, when you used to dealing with women, getting women, it's like, your views as a man is a little bit different. Like, you know, people that's maybe not as skilled with getting with women or being with women, to them, some of these people look like superheroes.
Right.
But not analyze, like, where's that train of thought? Like, I'm not, like, yo, I'm not dealing with the battle of the sexes. Like, you know what I mean? I understand that at different times, we might be in different spaces in our place as a man or a woman. And sometimes we need to be at the same place, the same spot. But that's not always reality. But we don't got to beef in the process. You know, and I think that when you start looking at things from that perspective, it changed the way you view and the way you move. So, and you knowing that it's a whole nother, like, it's like an operating system. It's like these computers probably got they got Windows on them. You know, that's the operating system. But you can put other software that interact with Windows.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And so that's what you're saying. Like these music is different. Like things that are kind of like influencing the operating system,
Yeah,
the mind, the brain.
Yeah. So, and it's like when you try to like going all the way back to when, like I said, like sometimes when I go into the facility, like I tag along with this brother. He go in there, he do music. He do music. So I sit in there with him sometimes, and then I deal with some of you. And all they want to rap to is drill music. But this brother got a whole. He showed me. He let me listen to music that they was doing a year ago versus now. Totally different. Like the drill scene is like. Everybody looking.
These are the young boys that's in there.
Yeah, these are young. Like, yeah, it's like they like 16, 15, 17, 18, like that. You know what I mean? The ones that got moved from when they raised the age, took them off of Rikers Island 4 building. These are the ones that's in these secure facilities because they not under corrections no more. They under ACS. So and it's like I'm like wow, and it's like all they talk about is killing each other, smoking packs, smoking each other. You know what I mean? Shooting up your mama house and all wild type stuff. I'm like, wow. Like, so imagine if this the diet that you fed on. This is all you. This is this and that. Right. So
this is by design.
Yeah. So
absolutely.
It's like, and when you see it, you be like, well, people got a choice to listen to. Technically, they don't. If I control all the airwaves. You know, if I control all the airways, I'm gonna put them what's more predominant. Then if I say, yo, I give this person all this money. Money is alluring. You know, like you see somebody with ice, you see somebody like they fresh.
That's another tool.
Yeah, so you can't tell people like, oh man, nah, you can be this type of MC, but yet this dude, like nobody don't want to be Immortal Technique. You see what I'm saying? And he's like one of the dopest MCs out there, and he say a lot of stuff, and he be having some good beats. Nobody like I remember when the Dead Prez album came out, the first one. That album was a classic, yo. Let's Get Free. Nobody don't even know who Dead Prez is.
And there's people that know. The illusion has our younger youth, like they hypnotized to the point where they don't really tune into that frequency because they think that's not where the money is at. That's not where,
of course,
where they gonna get lit at.
But you gotta understand too, they're not students of the craft. Like they can't freestyle off the top of their head. They don't even know how to freestyle. So I'm like, how was you writing rhymes? Like y'all don't even study that craft. Like I'm talking. I be talking to him like, yo, like I had the dude play I said I don't want to hear that shit no more. Yo, put on you got beat nuts. He's like, yeah, guys. I said, yo, he put on the beat. Do You Believe from the beat nuts, and they looking like, oh man, that beat make you think. And I was laughing. He said, I told you they ain't ready for it. Now put a drill beat back on. So I'm laughing and stuff like that. But it just shows you that. You know, and I tell them you gotta study your craft. I said, y'all know where all this music come from? It's like, nah, I said ragtime. I said ragtime is the first music in this country. That's this music in this country. Because before ragtime, they was playing European chamber music. I said everything else came out from ragtime to what we got now. It's like, we ain't never heard of ragtime. I said, well, I shared something with you. You know, because like I said, I used to study music theory.
If Mecca did this.